What's up, guys? Chris at the Air of EDM, sitting here with Jono, otherwise known as Quix.
What's up?
What's up? We're in Reno. You're playing right down the road.
Dude, it's so close.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that when it's close and you don't have to travel too far to your shows. It can be nice.
We're about probably a 10-minute walk, or a quick little scooter ride, or a quick little Uber.
Yeah, quick little Uber. But when you're not doing like some of the festivals that are really like special and unique take hours to get to, and that can be a bit tough if you're not like at the festival full time. It can be a long journey out. But
Like getting your wristbands and taking carts in.
well, just the journey out there can be a bit tough sometimes. But like it's fun. Like it's the experience in general, which is what I'm looking for.
Yeah, the whole experience. Speaking of like festivals, one of the things that kind of caught my eye watching you is seemingly you've been on tour for like 2 consecutive years. Like you had the Quix tour, which was your first U.S. tour, right, in early 2017.
Yep.
Then you went straight almost into like the world tour.
Yeah, because we did like India and China, and I guess we could call it world because it was more than like 3 countries we went to. We went to 5 countries. Okay, well, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Continues.
Of course. And then I think that followed suit was the Storm tour where we saw you last year in Reno. We played right down the road. Is that true?
Yeah. Oh, I think it was was it this year that I did it? The Storm tour? Damn. Oh.
Time flies, man.
It wasn't the Storm tour. No, it was last year. I remember I checked the poster this morning. It was in the world tour, but it was like last September.
Okay.
It was super ages ago.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
And then I guess more recently, like we're on the Illusions tour, like right now, which I have a couple questions about. The first one is kind of to the point of like 2 years on tour. Like that has to be so much fun, but it also can be, I'm sure, like you wake up and you don't even know where you are. Something of the nature.
It's so weird because I feel like not a lot of people. No, I want to hold on to it. It's fine. Not a lot of people get to experience touring. Not a lot of people get to kind of go through the motions of no sleep and consistent shows and performing end on end. It's really super draining. So like we have our tips and tricks. We don't. Me and my tour manager, my wife, we don't drink. We don't do any sort of kind of drugs or any kind of drugs. We don't. We don't try and choose the party life. And that's obviously really helpful for being efficient and touring and
keeping a sharp mind.
Yeah, just looking at this as like a real business, and we really want to do the best job that we can, essentially. And I feel like over the last 2 years it's been like a learning curve, and it's been a journey of just like figuring out what works, what doesn't work. But if you boil it all down, like it's so much fun.
When it comes down to it,
sure.
It's
fun.
Are there any dates or cities that you've visited that have been? I'm sure there's a bunch, but some of your most memorable, like your fondest, or kind of like the moments where you're like, wow, like this is so awesome to be doing this.
Yeah,
I find that.
I feel like, yeah and no. Like I don't really think about it too much. Like there's obviously been like really crucial moments in my career which have like really been amazing. One comes to mind, which was I was on the Quix tour early 2017, and we went and played Orlando, and I played in this tiny room, like 100-person room, and I had people like in my face, and I had people's hands like everywhere, and it was a loud, packed 100-person room like at capacity, and I played for an hour and a half to like the bass hungry kids, and it was like it's one of the most fun times I've ever had.
Oh,
So
that's
like,
awesome.
so it's also moments like that where, you know, amongst the big festivals and what USA has to offer in terms of music, the music festivals, those small clubs are just like, oh, that's why I do it as well. It's
Sure.
so much fun.
Yeah, sometimes they're like the most vibey. I think you might have that experience too tonight at the Bluebird.
I feel that. Yeah,
It's a pretty intimate, small little club.
sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So on the tour now, the Illusions tour, are you classifying this show date as the Illusions tour?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
How do I phrase this? Is it kind of sentimental, being that it's like kind of accompanied by like your most recent EP,
Yeah.
Illusions EP?
It's nice because obviously the Illusions EP was like a big body of work that we put out for all my fans and for new fans listening and whatnot, and then coming on a tour off the back of that, I guess it just ties the whole story in together, and it shows that obviously like I've grown in my sound, and since my last EP to this EP now, I've obviously grown a lot more in my music and my songwriting, and so I guess in turn that would kind of, people would come to my shows expecting something new as well and fresh and something more, I guess, well done and professionally done as well. So we're just leveling up, and we got more music to release and more EPs to do and more festivals and shows to play on a bigger scale.
Sure. So on the Illusions EP itself, is there a song that really pulls at your heartstrings? That kind of like, and it's hard to do that. It's hard to like say, oh, this is the song that reminds me of the Illusions, or I'll always remember my work by this song.
I think I'm just going through them all now, actually, in my head. The intro track, Get Down, was a song that I had written like almost, like a year and a half ago. And obviously the piano line, which comes in at about 2.5 minutes, was complete. And then I wrote the intro, which is the version that's on SoundCloud, which is it's like a 2-minute intro to the song intro for Get Down. So it's this 5.5-minute song. But that 2-minute intro that's only on SoundCloud is just like, the whole EP is amazing, but that part is really special to me. I don't know, I just felt something awesome while I was writing it, and it was like a super real moment for me, like trying to get in the zone. I'm pretty like there's a sound that's going through there, which is like I had the little studio, and I had the mic set up, and I just turned the gain of the mic all the way up, and it was dead quiet, and I just was breathing. And you can hear that. I think I pitched my whole vocal down by like a whole octave, but you can hear me breathing at the start of the track and whatnot, which is like, I don't know, that kind of song is really special to me in a way.
Sure, when you think about the little nuances that go into it and that you put into it.
Yeah. Not a lot of people pick up on that kind of stuff, but for me, it's like, yeah, that's me.
Sure. So I don't know a whole lot about your story, but going back briefly to like your upbringing, you're from New Zealand.
Yeah.
And 2017, I'm sure you were producing music. You've been producing for how long have you been producing?
Yeah, I've been producing when I was like 14 years old.
Okay.
So like almost 10 years now. And long story short, I was like mowing lawns and picking up rubbish, tidying people's gardens, doing groundwork, and trying to be a DJ on the side. And it was kind of just weighing up, doing the tradey stuff, doing the trade job, and then going out and playing in clubs on the weekend, or making music and releasing on mini small labels and trying to expand my project. So it was just a big balance of that until things really started clicking and we had big opportunities happen, and I just had to stop. You know, like my days at work slowly went from like 5 down to 4, then down to 3, and then I was just like, okay, like we're gonna do a States tour now, so see you later.
That's got to be like a super exciting but super scary moment, you know? You start scaling back and then you just get all for it.
Yeah, especially me and my wife, we like...
Because you guys have been into this together since day one.
Well, yeah, like obviously we were married before the Quix even blew up, which is cool. So obviously, like, you know, she didn't marry me because I was Quix.
Sure.
But you know, like our marriage, you know, definitely comes first, and like the music follows and is a part of like what we both do, which is cool. Yeah, man, we love it. We dropped everything to come over to the States, and it was tough, hella tough, but you know, like, and we both went through like really hard times trying to like make it work, but we both came through, and I don't know, somehow we're here. You know, it's crazy. There's been a lot of ups and downs, and you know, the downs equal the ups as well. So, you know,
both ways.
Yeah, they go both ways, and it swings and roundabouts. But it's you know, it's a good time, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude.
So, Illusions EP is still super fresh.
It is fresh.
So I don't want to probe too hard, but like, anything new coming up?
Actually, a lot of new stuff has like, I just put out a remix today of Gashi. His song "Creep on Me" with Montana and DJ Snake. Yeah. So I just put out a remix for that, which was amazing. And I also have my RL Grime remix, official RL Grime remix coming out next week.
Okay.
And then another remix coming out in December as well.
That's huge.
So like December's like packed as well. And I'm also working on like heaps more stuff for Damac and charging on with them, and yeah, we're not slowing down whatsoever. Like, it's cool to like put Illusions EP like on a little shelf and go, well done, that's done. But it's also like one of many thousand songs that, you know, I'm gonna still be writing songs when I'm like 50. You know, like this is how it is.
Quix reunion tour when you're 50. I love it.
That would be fun. I'd need to have like earmuffs and like I don't know. It'd be great.
So actually today I think you are the winner of that golden USB. Got it in the mail. What was on that USB?
Okay, so we did a competition with a golden USB. There was a unreleased song that I had put on there, and she actually got it about a month and a half ago. Okay. So she's had it for a while, and we were discussing and talking, and she's an amazing girl. This girl named Cooper. She's amazing, and we actually I brought her out for my show in Denver, and she plugged the USB in and played the song out for everyone, and it was so much fun. And so we were talking. I was just like, hey, you do what you want. You put it up when you want. And so the other day she just put it up on SoundCloud, and so everyone's just going nuts and just loving it. So,
so did she upload it like on her SoundCloud?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so she uploaded on her SoundCloud. I also have like a Facebook group called Quix Family that I put the link on there for all my family there, and anyone can get in the Quix family. Yeah. So it's kind of everywhere now, but I wanted her to like, you know, it was a special like golden USB. Like, you won that. You can do what you want for how long. And then I did encourage her to release it. Like, I did want everyone to have it. Sure. But it was totally up to her and her timing. And it was awesome that she did it the other day. So, yeah.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, it was chill.
Nice. So, again, we're in Reno. This is your second time. I think we were talking earlier about it, and it's been hardly a year.
It feels like, to be honest, it feels like 6 months ago I was here, but then realistically I was here about a year ago, and doesn't feel like long at all. Sure. It's crazy.
How do you like the city? Have you guys done anything fun out here yet?
I haven't seen the city. Okay. The last time I was here for 12 hours. This time that we're here for another 12 hours. Like, we got an early flight. But like obviously like walking around, like looking around, I guess like from the airport to the hotel is our time to tourist. Is our
Sure.
tourist time.
Okay.
Is airport to hotel, hotel to airport. And I mean like I feel a very Vegas kind of vibe with
Sure.
a lot of the cool lights on the buildings and whatnot. So yeah, I'm excited to play, and I feel like after playing tonight, I'll probably get a better vibe of like the scene. And because I mean, last time I was here, I was opening for Nightmare, and I had a lot of his fans there that I was playing to, which was super awesome. And I got to see like the scene in kind of the way Nightmare brings it out.
Sure.
And so now I get to do my own show. I get to see what my fans are like, and so yeah, tonight's gonna be fun.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
I always like to ask, kind of totally switching subjects quickly here,
Yeah.
but how do you how is it possible, or how do you balance like creating new music and getting about while always on the road, always out and about?
Well,
What do you do personally?
not when I don't feel like. Well, there's seasons in our life where we're always out, and we're always out on the road, and it's tough to like produce, and it's really tough to get creative. And then there's seasons of our life where we'll play one show a week, and then we're in LA, posted up during tour, and we, go get coffee, and we try and relax and be normal and like have decent sleep. And I get creative then, like it's a bit of both, and I need to understand my creative flow and also like our timeline and what we're doing, and it's a good balance of those things. And it's not like, oh man, I get bit up about like not making music. Like you just got to know when you're going to be creative and when you're not going to be creative.
Sure.
And just like go, I'm not going to touch Fruity Loops like for the next 3 days because I know that I won't be productive. And then when I get back to like where we live, like our home, I'm gonna just chill
Dive in.
and just it's gonna be good. Yeah, man.
That's awesome. That's about all I have for you guys. Thank you so
awesome.
much for sitting down. Is there anything you guys want to throw out there? A little shout out?
Love Era EDM.
Thank you.
Thank you for supporting me in my show tonight. Like that's awesome. Yeah, thanks for having my back. Essentially.
Of course. Thank you. No, thank you.
All good, man. Appreciate it.